pronouns in English. She, her, hers and herself. As you can see, they are different forms of one word. They are used in sentences according to the things they refer to. Let's take a look at a few examples and talk about this. This is my teacher. Her name is Leela. Right. This is my teacher is the opening line where you introduce your teacher to your friend. This is my teacher. And later on you are going to give further information about your teacher. So now your listener knows that you are talking about your teacher. So in the second sentence you are not going to use the word the teacher again and again. Instead of that you are using another word which is a pronoun. So a pronoun works as a substitute for another noun. That's why you call it a pronoun. It takes the place of another noun. Let's take a look at it again. This is my teacher and her name is Leela. Her is a pronoun here. There's another pronoun. She is very kind and helpful. Now you are talking about her. She is very kind and helpful. Next one, I love her very much. Again, you don't use she here or herself, but you use her. So there is a specific reason why we cannot use one pronoun in place of all these nouns. Let's see why we do so. Let's see. This is Tina. She is a good girl. She wrote this poem herself. Right? Mr. Dias gave her a gift to appreciate her work. This is her gift. Don't open it. The gift is hers. Now, let's take a look at all these sentences one by one. Tina, she is a good girl. You have used she in place of the subject. We are talking about Tina, so it is the subject of the sentence. So we use the subject pronoun she. So now you know the word subject pronoun. So she is subject pronoun. Number 2, Mr. Dias gave her a gift. Gift is the direct object here. Mr. Dias gave what? Gift. Now who receives it? Tina. So Tina is the indirect object. So in place of the indirect object we use object pronoun. Yes, that is object pronoun. You know now two items, subject pronoun and object pronoun. Next one. This is her gift. Now we are referring to the ownership. We are talking about the gift which is owned by Tina. This is her gift. To indicate ownership, we use this pronoun. You call it possessive adjective. This is important. I'll tell you why. Why do we call it an adjective again? Right? It is a pronoun, but still it works as an adjective here. Why? We are describing the word gift. What gift? Her gift. An adjective describes a noun further. So, gift is described by the word her, so it is an adjective. But this description talks about ownership. What she possesses, her ownership. So, we call it possessive adjective. Next one. This gift is hers. This time, we are talking about the ownership again and we have a separate pronoun for it. So, since we talk about the ownership with the separate pronoun, we call it a possessive pronoun. A possessive pronoun is used in order to highlight the idea of ownership, and it usually comes at the end of your sentence. So, you need to remember these guidelines so that you will not go wrong in placing these pronouns correctly in your sentences. Last one. She wrote this poem herself. You have a mirror effect here, looking at yourself. She wrote this poem herself, looking at the reflection. So, you call it reflexive pronoun. You call it reflexive pronoun. Why? You are talking about yourself. Herself. She wrote this poem herself. Why is it important? You want to highlight that nobody else did the work. It is her work. Herself. She did it herself. So that is important in this sentence. Now, based on the things we just learned, let's try and replace these subjects using the subject pronoun. Let's do it. The policewoman is running after a thief. The policewoman is running after a thief. I want to replace the subject. What is the subject of this sentence? The policewoman. So, in order to replace it, we need the subject pronoun. What is it? She. She is running after a thief. Number 2, Neeta cleaned the garden yesterday. Who cleaned the garden? Neeta. Neeta is the subject. So, instead of Neeta, what is the pronoun we can use? She. Not her or hers. She cleaned the garden yesterday. Next one. Her, object pronoun. So, object pronoun replaces an object. Let's find out the object in these sentences and replace them with the object pronoun. The children helped the old woman. Who helped the old woman? The children. Is it the object? No, it is the subject. So, who was helped by the children? The old woman. Right, that is the object. So, instead of the old woman, you are going to use the object pronoun her. Let's read it. The children helped her. John invited Lily to the party. John invited her to the party. Next is the possessive adjective. We are talking about the adjective which talks about the ownership. Rita's new book. Instead of Rita's, we use her. These are her new books. Nina is Rita's best friend. Nina is her best friend. That is possessive adjective. Next one. Hers. Possessive pronoun. Yes. Which car is Kate's? Instead of Kate's, we use hers. Which car is hers? This cake is Kelly's, not yours. This cake is Kelly's. Instead of Kelly's, you use hers. The possessive pronoun. This cake is hers, not yours. Last one, reflexive pronoun. Herself. Let's fill in the blanks and try to understand the meaning. She looked at herself in the mirror. Now, in this case, if you use her here instead of herself, the idea is totally different. Let's take a look at it. She looked at her in the mirror. Now, my sister is here. My sister is in front of the mirror. I am looking at my sister in the mirror. So, that means she looked at her. She looked at her in the mirror. Now, when my sister is looking at herself in the mirror, I use herself. She looked at herself in the mirror. Right? Okay, that is the difference. Next one. My sister hurt herself while playing in the garden. Okay, now it's time for a mini quiz. Can you talk to her? Yes. Can you talk to her? Good. Yes. She is reading a book. Subject pronoun. I saw her yesterday. Object pronoun. These sarees are hers. Possessive pronoun. She didn't buy the saree herself. Reflexive pronoun. She didn't buy the saree herself. Who bought it for her? Yes, he bought it for her. Okay, now I think it was a very easy lesson. Hope you enjoyed the video and I'll be back with another interesting lesson very soon. Until then, subscribe to the channel and press the like button. Thank you.